All right, Adam, thank you. Senator Ayotte in the previous question just talked about the importance of law and order, but the top name on the Republican ticket come Election Day will be Donald Trump, who has been convicted of 34 felonies by a jury of his peers, faces more felony counts in 3 other criminal cases, and in a civil case has been found liable of sexual abuse. Your support for Trump in this cycle has been unwavering. As a former prosecutor and a former attorney general, do his criminal convictions just not matter to you?
Steve, first of all, I look at this issue like this. We have a comparison in this race between the Trump administration and the Biden-Harris administration. And that's our choice in this election. Unfortunately, things have cost more under the Biden administration. The border has been a mess. Illegal immigrants coming over the border, that's not safe for the country. We need to enforce that border. And also energy costs are more. So this is a matter of, were we better off? And this is the choice we have in this election.
And so, Senator, just to be clear, do his criminal convictions not matter to you?
Again, it's not that, Steve. It's just that this is the choice we have in this election. And certainly, I think the country was better off just in terms of costs, what we're paying, and safety when he was in office.
Just one more time. You were the former attorney general. Where do you stand on the criminal convictions?
Again, Steve, I've already told you that in this race we have a choice between the 2 nominees for the party, and I can tell you that we were better off. The border was more secure when he was in office.
Thank you. Mayor Craig, one of the criticisms launched against you by your opponent is that you would turn New Hampshire into Massachusetts, bringing with it higher crime, more taxes, less freedom. You've pushed back on this, but at the same time, then, why have you spent time campaigning with Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey, including traveling all the way to California?
So I'm a 4th-generation resident of New Hampshire, born and raised here, met my husband here, we raised our family here. I'm running for governor of New Hampshire to support and strengthen our communities and lift families up in New Hampshire. You know, as governor of New Hampshire, I will work with governors in New England to ensure that we are addressing our shared issues. One of those issues is high energy costs. You know, the only state that's not at the table with all of the New England states is New Hampshire, and we need to be at that in the table to make sure we're doing what we can. But, you know, I just want to get back to something. You know, I'd like to know, where do you draw the line, Kelly, with Donald Trump? Is it when he sexually assaults women? Is it when he boasts about Hitler? Or is it when he tries to overthrow democracy? You know, the truth is there is no line with Kelly Ayotte. She does and says and supports whoever she wants to because it'll get her forward with her political career. We cannot trust Kelly Ayotte. She is in this for herself. She will not fight for Granite Staters.
Okay, first of all, I think an important question for the viewers is, who's going to fight for New Hampshire no matter what? And who's going to even stand up for to their party when it's hard? I've done it. I was the 3rd most bipartisan senator in the United States Senate. I never hesitated to cross the aisle to do the right thing for New Hampshire. I have stood up to my party on multiple occasions. I've never seen her do that or work across the aisle. In addition to that, she has spent more time campaigning with the governor of Massachusetts. That clearly is her philosophy. Higher taxes, less freedom, $1 billion spent on housing illegal immigrants. She was just campaigning yesterday with Maura Healey in New Hampshire. Why is she spending so much time with the governor of Massachusetts when she wants to represent the people of New Hampshire? I'm proud to have an endorsement of Governor Sununu and campaign with him.
Mayor Craig, 30 seconds.
So where is it with Donald Trump? Where do you draw the line when he sexually assaults women? Because last time you didn't support him when he was thought to have sexually assaulted women, but now it's proven that he does, and you support him.
Well, you're never going to stand up if your party's in that corner office. You'll never stand up because you're a party line person. I've stood up to my party, and I'd do it again for New Hampshire.
You support a convicted criminal for president. He's unfit to be president.